Horse Girl, and today's horse story is about Dusty.
So guys, if you're new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Every Saturday we post a new horse story. These stories are about the horses that we either own, that live at our house, that have impacted our lives, or just really horses that we like. So make sure you stay tuned every Saturday to check out the next horse story.
Riding him and stuff. And the first time I saw him, he looked so much like Snickers. It was crazy. But now he doesn't really look like him anymore, now that I've gotten used to him and stuff. This is Dusty. He is about 13 years old now.
Sure.
No, he's around 13 years old.
I don't know.
He's around 13 years old. How many years ago did we get him?
I don't know. 2, 3?
2.
2, 3?
2.
Thank you.
2.
I have no idea.
I think it's 2. Okay.
2 years?
So he's 13 then.
2 years.
So he's 13 years old. He is a Palomino pony. And he is one of my 5 horses.
Yep, he's not registered or anything. He's just grade. He is adorable.
I love him.
So I believe Brandy actually sent me the ad for him on Facebook, and Dani had just sold Lexi. And we'd just sold Lexi to Gwen, and so Dani was looking for another project, and we found this little guy.
And he stole my project 2 years later.
Yeah. Still working on them.
That's okay though.
Yeah, that's okay. You don't need to rush projects. It's all good. No. Especially with horses, you don't want to rush. He's a really good little boy though. He does great in the herd, and he doesn't cause problems. He just stays in the fence and just does his thing. So he's a good little boy. One issue with him, he actually is one of the very first horses I ever trimmed by myself. So that's probably my favorite story about Dusty. That's really cool. He doesn't have the greatest feet. They're not horrible feet, but he foundered prior to us owning him, which happens a ton with ponies because they get fat really easy, and then they don't get ridden very often, and they don't get worked very often. So before we had him, he foundered. So his feet we have to watch how much he eats, and we have to keep a close eye on his feet. But
so when we went to go get him, his old owner said that he never left his mom ever, other than to go ride. And so I was like, okay, so this is gonna be bad. Like, I thought his horse was gonna be bad, because he's never left his mom. But he's actually not. He's just most chill horse ever, and he's lovable, and he's just a really good pony.
That's funny. I don't remember that at all.
I remember that because I was like, crap.
He's gonna be naughty. No, he's really good though. When we got him, he had so many pickers in his mane and tail. It was like, his mane grew out.
All of my minis and ponies have poofy hair. Like, this is so poofy, and
yeah, he's got like
tiny.
That like soft, like almost. It's not sticky. I don't know how to explain it.
It's like my hair.
But you have like normal horse hair, and then you have like that sticky, super soft horse hair. He's got
like poofy and like curly.
Yeah, that's
like
what
crimped
he has.
Almost. And then his mane is faded out, but I like it when it's like faded out because it's like white.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty.
He's a super pretty boy.
And he is my first horse that their tail drags on the ground.
Yeah, his tail is so long.
I have to put it in a braid and a tail knot.
Yeah, look at this.
For it not to drag.
That's so, like, it's literally on the ground. He's standing in a hole, but his tail is so long. So long. He's a really good boy.
He is.
Yeah, I have a good story. When one of the first times Dani rode him, he was fine, like, at a walk for the most part. He was okay at a trot off the lead line, and then she goes to trot him faster, and he just like crow hopped and bucked and crow hopped and bucked, and Dani was like, ah. That was pretty funny. That was like one of the first times she ever rode him.
That was the first time I rode him.
Was it? Yeah. So he's got a good little buck in there, but he doesn't. It's just like any pony. Like, I feel like ponies have a tough time because they don't, you know, it's hard. Like someone like me, I can't just jump on him to train him and work through the issues. You have to have kids train him, and then when kids train him, things happen, they get scared, and then all these issues are created. So anyway, that's my rant about ponies and why they buck and do the things they do. So currently I am training him. I'm just training him slowly at surely to be a good little pony for a little kid someday. Don't know when, don't know who. But we'll figure it out.
Working with him?
Working with him, he's super chill. He likes to lunge though a lot. Like I'm pretty sure that's all his old owner did was just lunge. Because I asked him to like, let's walk. He'd try those lunges. Like when I first started working with him, that's all he would do. But we've gotten over that pretty good.
Yeah.
He's a good one for Gwen to learn to lunge on though. That's how she learned to lunge was on him.
Yeah.
Gwen ride him much?
No, Gwen never rode him.
No. Dani's the only one that's been on. I've put little kids on him just to walk around and stuff. But
You have?
yeah, we put Ainsley on him.
Oh, my favorite thing about him, he's super chill and pretty. And I love his eyes. They're like
Yeah, his eyes are like,
brown.
they're not even brown. They're like golden. They're like, his eyes are palomino. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen a horse's eye that color. I mean, I'm sure obviously there's horses with eyes that color, but I've never seen it. I think it's really cool. He has really pretty eyes.
He has
And
a cute head too.
my favorite thing about him, he's really pretty.
It's very pretty.
I think he's, you know,
He's so lovable too. Like once he
He
figures
does.
out who's his person, like look at him.
yeah, he's a big baby. He's a nice boy.
How much has he been ridden?
Not
Over
a
the
ton.
years even.
Over the last couple of years, you probably,
Once, twice. That's it.
yeah, you haven't really ridden him a ton, because the other thing that happened too is Dani then like had a huge growth spurt. So she's a little bit, she can't ride him in a saddle anymore. If she does ride him, she's got to be on him bareback. So the stuff that she's been working out with him is more like the groundwork, minding your manners, being away from the herd, working with their feet, you know, those types of things, just being patient. Those are all really good things for Dani to practice and to teach a horse. So that's been good. He's won future plans. This might be one of the first that I might say we might not necessarily keep.
No, he said that with Lexi.
Yeah, but Lexi's not ours, so it doesn't matter.
But
So I don't know that we'll necessarily keep him forever. I'm not in any hurry to sell him by any means, and if we ever were to sell him, it would have to be to like the perfect home because he's got a bug.
I don't want him to go to. If we do ever have to sell him, or like I honestly don't even know what I'm gonna do with him in the future. But if we ever do sell him, like honestly, I do want to kind of train him to be a cart pony too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But I told him that I wanted to train him to be a cart pony. He's like, oh, I can take him out to Tasson's, build a little shack for him out there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. He actually would do well with a cart, with like a big cart. So, you never know.
We'll see what happens.
He's just kind of doing his thing and teaching Dani stuff and hanging out right now. So, we're not in any rush. He's a good boy.
I like how he gets really woolly in the winter.
Yeah, he gets super puffy. In the
That
winter.
was, yeah, the other thing too, it was crazy. When we went to see him, he reminds me a lot of Snickers. He's
he does.
built like Snickers. He gets super poofy in the winters like Snickers does. It's almost like, I mean, they're so similar.
And like
it's like they could be related. It's kind of creepy.
we were saying that when we first got him. Like he looks
Right,
like Snickers.
He's like a Palomino version of Snickers.
Like, look
and
at
he's
his
even like
face.
the same height.
He is,
It's
and like his
just-
face is like the exact
Yeah.
same shape.
So if you guys don't know who Snickers is, he was Dani's
Second horse.
second pony. But she how old were you when you got him? 5?
super little.
4 or 5.
4, I think.
So at 5 years old, Dani would come down to the barn by herself, get her pony out by herself, completely tack him, and take him for rides.
Well, I would, like, me and Gwen would do that.
Yeah.
And then
Or Papa would come tighten her
he would
girth.
come tighten my girth, and then
Away they would go. So he was like the world's best pony. We don't, we have a couple of videos, like of the early days on him.
first videos.
Yeah, like the first videos. But then unfortunately, you know, Snickers passed away. But yeah, he reminds me a lot of Snickers. So we'll do a horse story on Snickers too.
Yes.
We have lots of
We should
video.
do horse stories on my first horse too. Like just a quick little.
Blurb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows.
And nobody knows.
I didn't even know till a few months ago. So.
Yeah, she didn't even know she had that horse. Didn't have him very long. But yeah, so future plans.
What do you plan on doing?
Yeah, what do you plan?
I plan on just working with him. Really
I'm sweating.
working with him, making sure he's a good pony, and just.
Basically what you've already said.
Yeah, just making him a safe pony. I mean, even eventually maybe Dani will give riding lessons on him someday. You know, there's always kids that want to ride. And we have a pretty, a growing 4-H club. So, you know, he'll have a purpose somewhere if we keep him.
Of course.
Yep.
So guys, that was my horse stories for this week. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram _Doomer. Who's the next horse story next week is, I do not know yet. My phone's dead. So, mother. Who's the next horse story?
We were going to do the fillies.
Okay.
Next week's horse story is on the fillies. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye! You have so much sweat on your nose. Like, how does your nose sweat? It's like like this part of your nose is covered in sweat.
This sweats, and this sweats.
My
That's it.
everything sweats. Actually, my armpits don't sweat that much. And my feet don't sweat that much. But the whole rest of my body sweats. It's insane.
Same.
It's insane.
Except for, like,
And it's only like 80 degrees out, but I think I'm gonna die.
same.